Hey guys, and welcome back to what is it? Kharak of 12. Ha, yeah, that's it. Gonna be continuing the group stage here. It's gonna be now between Shrike over here in the orange and in the blue and orange, right? Blue is his solid color here. Orange is the stripe. Pretty sure anyway. Playing as the Coalition, and Serum playing as the Conf. Now I haven't seen him too much in DOK. Probably you've seen him a little bit more if you do 3v3s. But yeah, I'm excited to see him in the tournament here. Oh, they're playing on the wrong map. Anyway, that's not such a big issue, but the map is supposed to be Gaussian Territories, the layout, which has the two carriers spawning here and here, but instead we have the old Gaussian Territories, which is going to be a bit unfortunate for Serum as he does spawn on the low ground here. That's kind of funny. In case you didn't know, by the way, I should maybe, yeah, I should maybe specify this because it seems not everyone knows it, but if you want to do the proper layout for Gaussian Territories, when you're in the lobby, you type /L GT alt like that. And then that will load the layout for everyone who has the more maps mod set in. And that way they won't have to play on this trash. But that's okay, like I said. We have mercy for all on this channel. Sandscape for Fabrication coming out from Serum. Looks like it's going to be Sport Cruiser first from Maze, if I had to guess. After 8 salvagers, which is pretty greedy, especially against Conf. I'd be worried about those blast drones, but he is in fact going to see one of them right here.
Got hostile on census. Confirm visual. Be advised. Enemy support vehicle authenticated. Base runner is en route.
Yeah, I mean, Maze does not want to cancel that Sport Cruiser. That'd be terrible at this point. And so, yeah, I mean, he's really kind of got to, he's got to stick it here, but if those blast drones strike at the eco, this could be really bad for him. So if you're Serum, you definitely want to move in there. Unfortunately, it looks like he's kind of going to chicken out, not going to go for it.
Send message.
I would specify, by the way, there's a build for Conf which is not to be done. It's kind of like the agreed upon sort of jerk move that you're just like not supposed to play. This is not it. So Serum's not like breaking any, unwritten rules here. You know what he's doing here? He's actually setting up to take out the turret. I actually really like that, but of course it'd be better to blow up the eco clearly. But no, there's actually like a pretty much unstoppable blast drone rush build that you can do as Conf. You just ride the 2 blast drones in like immediately off of your carrier as well as Sandscammers and the production cruiser, and there's just no way to stop it. It's fixed in the mod, but in vanilla this kind of stuff happens. Now what you could do actually as Maze, which is a little tricky, is a bit technical. But you've got to assume that the blast drone is targeting your base runner right now. You could actually drive the base runner on top of the blast drone, and then have it like detonate, and then put down a turret. And if your opponent's not paying attention, you could maybe get a kill on like all the Sandscammers, but it doesn't seem likely. At any rate, this base runner is going to go down. But Maze is going to get away with his rather greedy opener, Sport Cruiser first here. And I think that bodes him rather well. AV fabrication coming out now. Serum no longer going to be distracted by that base runner in the front. Looks like he is going to push out toward the eco here, but he should have been there a while ago. Like I said, there was definitely an opening there. And May's actually getting blind anti-air tech, which is interesting because he doesn't have rails yet. Still some big potential for damage here, actually, now that I look at it. This blast drone hits the support cruiser. It does, and then the Sandscammers, well, they're probably not going to kill it, but there's still quite a bit of damage that could potentially be done here. Because what you gotta remember is, like, any damage that's done to the support cruiser, in order to heal it up, Maze has to basically cancel one of his bases for a second, right? Yeah, maybe it was better to go for the salvagers. I don't know. I had a feeling that going for the support cruiser would do more damage than that, but perhaps I was wrong! Probier is going to scout the blast drones. He knows all about them, what locations they're in. That's important. Of course, Serum knows that he knows. But he knows that Serum knows that he knows. But Serum knows that he knows that Serum knows that he knows. Anyway. Probier probably going to get sniped by the base runner, but the AAVs are out in the middle. I would actually fan them out a little bit here, because there's nothing that's actually really deadly to the AAVs at this point. So you can keep them split up a little bit and have a bit better of a net here, because yeah, you can see you're kind of letting these guys through now. So the army from Serum are going to push back in through the middle. That's definitely what they want to do. Smoke from the base runner are going to delay even longer, and another blast drone's coming in. There's 2 blast drones here. That's all it takes to bomb the eco out. And a whole lot of sand skimmers too, so this could be really bad. Yes, go for it. It's yours to take. Claim your prize. Boom. Bit of a premature detonation on one of them, but it is going to damage the support cruiser too. Maybe that's okay. Question is, what has Serum got back home that's going to deal with this? He's got railguns. Alright. Yeah, I mean, he's looking mighty fine here.
Salvage your copy. Salvage your copy. Support cruiser under attack. Immediate fire support on that position.
Can't they see we're unarmed?
Armor, go ahead.
Yeah, they just don't care. Serum making a heavy railgun right now, and then refiner mode probably ought to finish once he feels safe here. And he's going to be golden. I think he's really... You know, I say that, I look back at the map, I mean, Maze actually has already got all of the salvagers basically rebuilt, he just needs to reassign them.
On our way.
And refiner mode's still nowhere near for Serum, so I don't know. He could be golden. I'll have to see. Serum, unfortunately, carrier blocking his railgun here. Yeah, okay, he's figured it out now.
Hostile railgun opened up.
Gonna want to put power probably in the missile system as well, just for that extra damage output.
Salvager online.
Oh, that's quite a beefy shot there. Too bad I missed that. That missile battery there definitely doing his work, but unfortunately, he's the only guy doing any work around here, so it's kind of gonna go to waste. But yeah, I mean, May's getting anti-air tech for no reason, definitely kind of slowing him down there. His opponent's got railguns now, and he's definitely got the railgun majority too. And the problem for Serum is he's still on 1 base, 1 production cruiser, which is really kind of anorexic, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm a little worried about him in that regard. He doesn't want to get air tech at this point, obviously, because his opponent already has anti-air on the ground for some reason.
Check your intakes. Monitor for any pressure inconsistency. Go ahead.
Base runner in service.
This is good though, still staying active with those LAVs. Knows there's nothing really that's going to threaten the railguns, so he can just move them out across the field. And May's getting power reserves up actually, it's kind of interesting to see. Looks like this probe is going to scout the railgun force coming up.
Alert. Salvager lost. A sensors post is taking fire. We got something on the horizon, waiting for eyes on to authenticate.
Proceed to rally point. Secure location marked.
Coordinates confirmed.
Logistics module snipe probably will go down here.
Hold. Wait order.
Oh, this wreck actually blocks line of sight, that's interesting.
Destroy.
Some of them do, some of them don't, you know? It's kind of one of the things that's been inconsistent in DOK. Well, railguns are actually on the way for Maze here. Serum definitely needs more heavy railguns, I hope he knows that. Right now it looks like he's just kind of going for eco. And Mr. Fabrication again, kind of blind anti-air teching.
Railgun operational.
That's probably fine, but when you've seen your opponent build a missile battery like this, you probably should know that you don't need it.
Missile battery destroyed. Support cruiser under attack.
Oh yeah, pick off the support cruiser. This is the thing, like the damage from Serum includes damage on that support cruiser. It's gonna be hard to negate. Support cruiser does indeed go down. There's only like 2 railguns here, and these guys actually are on high ground. Oh yeah, you definitely want to target this. Oh, okay, good shots. They actually do take it out. Carrier gets pretty damaged there. There's no support cruiser out for Mace. That's almost permanent damage, isn't it? And the railgun number's getting a little thin over here. Sarah making another production cruiser, but I imagine he's got a pretty nasty... No, he doesn't actually. I would have thought he'd be floating at this point. But what he needs to do now is just make more railguns, I think. Especially like when you get ahead of your opponent in the eco and you have some military like momentum going, what you do is just stack railguns, right? Because they can't really do anything about it. You keep yourself safe from, you know, like an LAV tech switch or something, but all you need in that case really is more heavy railguns than your opponent, and you can push in. So that's definitely what I want to see Serum start doing here. We'll see if that's going to be on the queue or not. Base Runner going for the extraction here, but there's in fact nothing to extract.
Mark the bearing.
And May's moving his carrier out. What in the heck? Is he going for like a power play here, maybe? But that can't possibly work, can it?
Taking hostile fire.
Base runners have got smoke too, so I think one of these at least is going to extract. Maybe.
Alert, the turret post just went down.
Turret post trying to get set up there. That's a bit desperado.
Combat
Not going to
report,
work.
Support craft down.
Yeah, like the distance that Serum has to clear with the base burner is only like that far if he plays it right.
Reading it.
He's gonna pop smoke now. That's a little bit early, but it'll do. And that is definitely going to be one extraction there. These guys, however, they are on the low ground, and there are more railguns from his opponent out here, and Serum's not building railguns. That's going to be bad news bears, I think.
Alert,
He
salvager
could...
destroyed.
What? Did that get denied? No way. I can't believe he denied the artifact there. This is good here, right? Definitely this is very good, and the carrier's gonna have to pull back, so May's basically just losing a lot of mining time over there.
Taking effective fire.
I can't believe that base runner got denied actually that close to the extraction. But, another extraction does go down from Serum's. Like I said, one of them gonna make it out.
We require additional fleet capacity modules from the command carrier.
Serum, carrier blocking one of his production cruisers now, which is a little sad.
Salvager lost. Punch it.
I hope he realizes he's doing that sometime soon. But he's actually going to move the carrier out before getting a third base set up.
Green line confirmed.
There's a good counterplay going on here, actually, because obviously the force from Maze is actually a little threatening out in this position here, but if the Sandskimmers do a run-by, they can cause some damage in the backline, force them to retreat.
Enemy light attack.
Thing is, the carrier is actually here, and this guy obviously not very good at the retreat, so I'm a little worried for Serum, just a bit. Good cruise missile shots there against Smite. One of the railguns there. And another one.
Alert, railgun down. Get out here. Move. Salvager has been engaged. Move out. Push through. Get us underway. Reposition.
These missile shots being quite good.
Salvager destroyed.
Only like a few have missed so far. And these railguns actually managing to trade fairly effectively, but they are getting jumped on by the Sandskimmers now. They are all going to go down.
Alert, sensor post destroyed.
And the backstabs here are just getting a little bit intense. I don't think May's going to be able to hold this off, really. So yeah, Serum, all he needs now is railguns. He's not making it. It's a little sad to see, but I'm sure he's going to win this one anyway. Probably. I'm probably sure.
Armor is en route.
Instills a lot of confidence, right?
Possession of an artifact.
Attention.
Yeah, still no support cruiser coming out here from Maze, so he's still on one base really, and he keeps moving that carrier around. He's got to keep that with the main. There's no way this can be good. Railgun armor actually apparently not getting finished for Serum, so those AAVs actually chewing through the assault railguns rather quickly.
Let's roll.
That would help in railgun fights
Carrier
too.
copy. Moving. Eyes open up there. Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated.
Fleet logistics module.
Enemy contacts on the board. Red alert. Command carrier taking fire. We've got a salvager under fire. Alert. The turret post just went down.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of power in this carrier. I don't think I would run the Sandskimmers
Armor
underneath
vehicle
it.
taking
I think
effective
Serum's
fire.
come to the same conclusion. He's going to leave.
Make ready.
Artifact position locked in.
A lot of power getting teched up on Serum's carrier here now. Up to power 4 in the cruise missiles. You can tell he's definitely playing it kind of like a 3v3, right? Which is kind of fun to see.
Hit it. We're moving out.
But yeah, his carrier could kill off Maze at this point. Maze, by the way, finally making another support cruiser.
Rally
That's
point
nice.
set. Move to location.
But it's pretty late.
Artifact
And
position
no railguns
authenticated.
from his side at all, so... I mean, I don't know. I really feel Serum just needs to be spamming heavy railguns and he'll be fine.
New heading set.
Not sure where his resources are going instead, but based on the number of RUs he's floating, I'd say just a lot of Sandskimmers, really.
Armored vehicle has been destroyed.
Ow! Ow! Stop it!
Be advised.
Serum shooting his own units there quite a bit, actually. Sandskimmer Armor 2 finishing for him now, but again, like, you don't really need Sandskimmers in this position. All you need is rails. You can finish it off pretty quickly
Support
from
cruiser
here.
now operational.
Good message.
Construction resources exhausted.
Alert.
Railguns are in the field. Carrier's here now, ready to dump some damage out.
Alert.
And that carrier should be falling any second now.
Integrity. Green line confirmed. Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach. Armored
So I still find it a little
vehicle
funny they're
taking
playing on the wrong map, but that's fine. We'll still count this as a valid game. I'm sure you can all
eyes on to authenticate.
oversee this. It's not like DOK is the most serious of sports anyway.
Armored vehicle lost.
Artifact position locked in. Secure it.
But Sarah, it looks like, is going to start out with the upper hand in this series, and actually, I would not have expected that. I thought Maze would actually take this one 2-0, so
Mortars are under attack. Immediate
that's
fire
pretty good for
support.
Sarah.
Salvager has been engaged.
Cruise missile's probably better spent on the carrier at this point. Maze is actually going to surrender here, but you can kill the carrier really fast with cruise missiles there. Even with the support cruiser healing him, there's no way he can resist that kind of damage. But that is going to be the end. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's continue on to the next one. I've got it loaded in here. If I can find it anyway. That's always the question. Yeah, there it is. First click, would you believe it? I'm getting better at this. So map's going to be tight end passage here, so they picked my 2 least favorite maps, would you believe it? Although, Galcian Territory's alt, like the new layout, is actually one of my favorites, I think, so shouldn't say that so quickly. By the way, I really like the colors from both of these players, but it's sort of unfortunate that you can't really see Saren's colors, because, you know, rusty boys, right? They barely know how to paint to save their lives.
Multiple
Anyway,
artifact signals have been detected within target range. Rally point set. Move to location.
something doesn't stack up here. Do you agree? Saren doesn't have enough resources. How did he spend that many? I can't tell what he put him into.
Carrier copy.
Oh well, it's a mystery. But anyway, map gonna be tight end passage here now. Maze, what does he need to do differently?
Proceed to rally point. Secure
Right at the very
location
beginning, I actually thought Maze was doing really well because he got away with this really greedy type of build, the 8 salvager first opening into support cruiser, right? And this time, by the way, going really fast into additional CUs from the wreck, which is kind of interesting.
Carrier copy.
Maybe it's gonna be some LAV spam. I guess we'll have to see. But I really feel like what Maze needed to do differently was just fan out his AAVs a little bit more and get more coverage over the map, and then he would have been able to stop, like, because his opponent just had, you know, sand skimmers and blast drones. That was it. And in that scenario, AAVs should be like the ultimate counter. They slow down all of those units. They are really good counters to all of them. But it didn't work out so well for him. So what he needs to do this time, I guess. Well, I guess he's going to go for LAVs, but if he went for AAVs, just, you know, fan them out. What you should remember in that matchup is that any one of your AAVs is going to beat anything your opponent has got, so you don't need to keep them together. You don't need to, you know, build forces like that. Instead, you can fan out, get control of the entire map, just kind of shut down anything your opponent was planning on. This is really good right here, though, although he wants to target the blast drone first, but if the blast drone goes against one LAV, that's actually fine, too. Okay, but blast drone is probably going to go down. This guy will pull back, though.
Light attack vehicle is under fire.
A little close for comfort, maybe, but a turret going to get set up here, actually, and it's far enough away from any blast drones, it's not going to get smacked down immediately.
Move order confirmed.
And that is definitely going to lock down that extraction zone for some time for Saren, so extraction's not really going to be a possibility right here.
On our way.
Saren does wisely pull away from the
Light
turret,
attack
so he
vehicle
sees that coming.
enhancements online. Energy signature confirmed. An artifact has been discovered. Hostile forces are attempting to extract an artifact.
We got something on the horizon. Waiting
Not
for
sure what
eyes
was on fire on the ground there.
Move order confirmed.
Saren making some pretty good use of the hills here, gets his blast drones pretty close, but it's all kind of a ruse because he can't push out over that hill really. That turret is just going to chew him to pieces, so.
Ready.
This is actually a good engagement for the LAVs
Secure
here,
location marked.
Reading.
because they could easily just roll up onto that hill and get the high ground.
Coordinates confirmed.
So the Sandstormers do back down away from that one too.
The captain.
Micro intensifies, getting a little tense here. Maze probably wants to cancel 2 of these guys and get up to attack or something, but
Carrier
because then you can
copy.
get the carrier production
Destination
upgrade and
set.
stuff too. Actually, I would almost just make a sport cruiser if I were him at this point,
On our
but
way.
AV fabrication is on the way now.
Salvager online. We have insufficient.
And another
fuel.
turret trying to get set up here. That's a little bit... I think that's kind of a waste, especially because look how late it's coming out, and the blast drone is here, ready to deny if he needs to. Yeah, blast drone gonna deny that turret. But the Sandstorm's in a bit of a tricky position now. These LAVs are all kind of in the hood. If they just like charge right at them, they have such superior numbers, and the health was pretty low on all those guys that they could have gotten some kills there probably.
Ready.
Looks like they're gonna come over here instead, try and deny that base runner, who I think is planning on getting in using smoke. but I don't know if that's going to work. Anyway, AV fabrication finishing right about now for Maze, and if I were him I would start making support cruiser pretty much immediately. His opponent meanwhile already getting refinery mode, and railgun fabrication is coming out as well. Now you gotta watch the blast drone here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, although I think this guy's actually gonna extract anyway. Perhaps it would be wise of Maze to just kind of back away off of this one. Yeah, he is gonna back away.
We're moving. Ready. On our way.
Base burner will extract, but at the cost of his life. But that's probably worth it for Serum.
Fire on the move! Enemy support craft neutralized.
A bunch of units just got queued up for Serum, it looks like.
CUs identified. Proceed to site.
Rally point
A
set.
bunch. You can see how many times things got grayed out there. I think he's queuing up like a whole lot more units on this production cruiser than he should. Because if he has the money to get another production cruiser, it's definitely what you want to do at this point.
Reporting. Green light.
Uh-oh. Blast drones could deny an extraction right here. I think I would if I were him. This is probably a good use of the blast drones, just deny that extraction. Looks like he's just reserving them to deny turrets. He doesn't want to use them on the base burner here. And that is... Oh, they came in last second there. Did deny the extraction. Assault Railgun comes out here, but he gets picked off immediately, and suddenly the LAV pack looking pretty strong here as they've gotten up on top of this, up on top of the production cruiser here. Oh, that pack's actually pretty effective there, but still not going to be enough, I don't think. Another Assault Railgun goes down. Sense-giver rating coming out pretty desperately now, it's going to be needed, but this is the problem here of getting only one production cruiser. You don't have enough, production to match like backstabs like this. Oh my gosh, the blast drone is pretty good there, but these LAVs actually still going to win this fight if they take it. And now the AAVs coming out from Maze, they just want to charge straight into that back line. Things are going to be pretty good here. This is the thing. Oh, this carrier also exploded, so that would probably signify it's good game. But yeah, that's the thing about Assault Railgun armor, is that it's really important, especially in vanilla. I've said this a couple times before, but I mean, Assault Railguns become essentially invulnerable to LAVs if they get the upgrades. So it's definitely something you want to invest in. Well, there you go. So it's going to be a 1-1. I think Serum should still be pretty happy with this one, because Maze is someone I expected would probably have won the match 2-0, so... Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I hope you all learned something from it. I'll catch you in the next one.